Okay, let's dive in. We're tackling the cannabis market today. And look, it's gotten complicated, right?
It really has. Surprisingly so for many people.
Our listener, you're probably looking for that clear path, maybe a shortcut through all the products, the THC, the CBD,
Yeah.
and trying to figure out these deals, the pricing. It's a lot.
It is, and that's exactly our mission here. We've synthesized the sources, especially around this major marketplace platform
All right.
that's trying to organize pricing and info for, well, thousands of different products.
Mm.
We want to move past its descriptions.
Okay.
We need to pull out the key insights for you. So we're focusing on three main areas. One, the actual products, and crucially, how they work in your body.
The delivery methods. Yeah.
Exactly, the science bit. Then two, the technology that's trying to organize all the pricing and access. And three, what's coming next, the big trends in science and tech shaping the future.
And this is where it gets really interesting, isn't it? Because it's not just about, flower versus edibles anymore. Not by a long shot.
Not at all.
We're talking bioavailability, metabolic efficiency, even like AI helping you choose your next purchase.
Precisely. And it turns out that understanding how your body actually absorbs these compounds, that's probably the single most critical factor, sometimes more than what's just printed on the label.
Okay, let's start right there then. The absolute basics. What's on the menu? Oils, capsules, vapes, edibles, and what's the real science story behind how you take them?
Well, it's fascinating and maybe a bit counterintuitive is just how massively different the efficiency is between these methods. When most people consume cannabinoids orally, like in a capsule or maybe an edible, the absorption rate, what scientists call bioavailability, it's actually remarkably low.
Low how? Give us the numbers that really matter here.
Okay, so the sources specifically pull out this crucial comparison. Take capsules, right? Super popular, very precise dosing, convenient.
Yeah, easy.
But they clock in with an average bioavailability of only about 6%.
Yeah,
6%.
Just 6%. So like 94% is just metabolized? Wasted?
Pretty much. Metabolized by the liver and digestive system before it really gets into your bloodstream effectively.
Yeah.
So yeah, essentially wasted in terms of the active compound reaching where it needs to go.
Okay, 6%. That's stark. So what about the oils and tinctures then? We see those everywhere. CBD oil, THC oil, you name it. Are they significantly better?
They are, yeah. Comparatively speaking, definitely better. Because oils and tinctures, you often hold them under the tongue, right?
Sublingual.
You're right, sublingual absorption. That allows the compounds to bypass that first pass metabolism in the liver, partly, and the bioavailability. It increases quite dramatically, often reaching around 12%.
12%. Okay, so still, 88% doesn't make it, but you've basically doubled the efficiency compared to a capsule.
Exactly. You've doubled the bang for your buck, essentially, just by changing the delivery method slightly.
That maximum absorption thing seems critical. But hang on, if oils are 12% and capsules are 6%, isn't inhaling technically even better? Like, why wouldn't someone just choose a vape or a pre-roll if they need that fast effect or higher efficiency?
That's a really good question, and it highlights the trade-offs involved.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. Inhaling, whether it's CBD or THC via vapes or pre-rolls, it offers the fastest onset of effects and generally the highest bioavailability, much higher than 12%.
So why oils then?
Well, oils are often preferred by users for the duration of the effect and for maintaining more consistent levels over a longer period. Think about chronic conditions, for example.
Oh, okay.
They offer a more measured, sustained release, you could say, even if that initial peak absorption isn't as high or as fast as inhalation. So it depends what you're looking for, speed or duration.
Right. Different needs. Makes sense. And speaking of choices, when you're looking at that huge menu, gummies, tinctures, oils, whatever, you constantly see terms like full spectrum and isolate. What are those, and why does that choice matter so much for the user?
Okay, this is absolutely non-negotiable knowledge if you're trying to navigate this market seriously. Isolated CBD is, well, exactly what it sounds like. It's pure cannabidiol, CBD, with pretty much everything else filtered out.
Just the CBD molecule.
Correct. Full-spectrum CBD, on the other hand, it includes a whole range of other cannabinoids, terpenes, flavonoids, all the compounds naturally found in the hemp or cannabis plant alongside CBD.
And the practical difference for someone using it, why pick one over the other?
The idea behind full spectrum is what scientists often call the entourage effect.
Right, heard that term.
The theory is that all those different compounds work together synergistically to enhance the overall therapeutic effects. It's like the whole plant works better than just one isolated part.
So more bang for your buck, potentially.
Potentially, yes. If you want the absolute broadest potential therapeutic benefit, you'd likely lean towards full spectrum. But if you're concerned about even trace amounts of THC, full spectrum usually has under 0.3% THC, or you just want pure CBD for a specific reason, then isolate is your choice.
Got it. Isolate for purity, full spectrum for the entourage. Okay. Now, beyond just swallowing or inhaling, the market's really branched out, hasn't it? We're seeing topicals, wellness accessories, even tech products. What's the trend there?
It definitely represents a shift towards um, more holistic integration, I'd say.
Yeah.
The topicals, the creams, the balms.
Yeah.
Those are designed for localized effects. They target skin health, maybe reducing inflammation on the surface, soothing irritation. They leverage the antioxidant properties of cannabinoids, but they don't really enter the bloodstream in a significant way. It's skin deep, basically.
Okay, so not systemic relief, just local.
Exactly. And then the pet category.
Yeah,
That's fascinating. It feels like a huge expansion.
it does. Is it just marketing or is there science?
Oh, there's definitely science. The sources we looked at confirm this. Humans and other mammals, like dogs and cats, we all share the same endocannabinoid system. It's a fundamental biological system.
Right, the ECS.
Exactly.
Hmm.
So the logic is that CBD could interact with that system in pets, similarly to how it does in humans.
Hmm.
That's why you see it being adopted by pet owners, often looking for help with things like anxiety, maybe seizures, or chronic pain in their animals. It's leveraging that shared biology.
Okay, that makes scientific sense then. So we've got this complex product landscape, 6% versus 12% absorption, full spectrum versus isolate, even stuff for phyto. But navigating the price in this market, that's a whole other beast, isn't it? It feels incredibly fragmented.
It absolutely is fragmented. State-by-state regulations, different producers, different retailers. It's chaotic. And that platform we analyzed, it's essentially acting as a transparency tool in that chaos.
Okay.
Its core job is to help you, the consumer, save money and find verified, trustworthy sources in that messy landscape.
And the scale is pretty massive, right? 5,000 products mentioned. How do they even manage that?
Yeah, 5,000 SKUs is serious scale.
Yeah.
And that's the value proposition organizing the chaos. By comparing prices across all those products, they can give users access to exclusive deals, coupons, things updated daily for flower, edibles, concentrates, accessories, you name it.
And they claim real savings.
The source material claims users can save up to 30% by using these comparison tools consistently, which, adds up fast.
30% is definitely compelling. But, okay, playing devil's advocate here. In a market that changes so fast, with prices fluctuating and different laws everywhere, how reliable are these programmatic connections they talk about? Can you really get real-time pricing?
That's a fair question, and maybe a necessary bit of skepticism.
Mm.
Programmatic connections is basically jargon for API integration.
No.
Is how the platform plugs directly into the inventory and pricing systems of potentially thousands of verified dispensaries placed in California, New York, Washington are mentioned. That's really the only way to get close to real-time updates.
Close, but maybe not perfect.
Exactly. Pure, instantaneous, 100% accurate real-time pricing across thousands of independent retailers. That's always going to be aspirational, I think. But the fact that this platform highlights a 95% customer satisfaction rating with its verified retailers, that suggests the system is largely working. It's delivering trusted access and reasonably accurate pricing most of the time. It's about managing expectations, but still providing significant value.
Makes sense. And for people focused purely on the medical side of things, they've even streamlined getting access, haven't they?
They have. They talk about facilitating the process of getting a cannabis card, making it hassle-free by working with licensed medical clinics.
Right.
And that shows a broader industry trend, I think, trying to smooth out the consumer journey, remove those administrative hurdles, especially for patients who rely on cannabis for specific medical reasons.
And it's not just the cannabis itself or the price finding. The marketplace also supports the whole ecosystem around consumption. I saw dedicated sections for accessories.
Yeah, that's right. The accessories hub kind of rounds out the whole experience for the consumer. They've got specific sections for vaporizers, dry herb, oil, wax ones.
Okay.
And then the more general head shop category for other paraphernalia.
Yeah.
It shows the market understands that how you consume is important too. The quality of your vape or your pipe, that impacts the experience, the efficiency, even the dosing control.
Right. It all ties together. Okay, so that gives us a pretty clear picture of today's market. Really complex products, tech trying to manage price and chaos, and all the supporting gear. Let's shift gears now and look ahead. What does the source material suggest about the future direction? Where is this industry heading, scientifically and technologically?
Well, the material definitely tries to ground its offerings in, let's call it advanced science and forward-looking tech,
Hmm.
which makes sense, right? That's crucial for building mainstream credibility and trust.
Yeah, absolutely. They mentioned getting insights from places like Harvard Medical School, and they dropped some specific biological terms. We have to tackle one piece of jargon that just appeared in the source. Cytochrome P450. Why should you, our listener, care about this enzyme system?
Okay, yeah, that's not just jargon. This is potentially the single most important safety consideration for anyone using cannabis, especially CBD, alongside other medications. Cytochrome P450 or CYP450, it's basically a big family of enzymes, mostly in your liver. Think of them as your body's main cleanup crew. They metabolize, they break down the vast majority of drugs and medications you might take. Prescription drugs, over-the-counter stuff,
Okay, so they process drugs. What's the cannabis connection?
cannabinoids, and CBD in particular, are known to inhibit that P450 system. They can slow down the cleanup crew.
Inhibit, meaning?
Meaning if you're taking CBD at the same time as, say, a blood thinner or an antidepressant or many other common medications processed by those same enzymes, the CBD can actually prevent your body from breaking down those other drugs as quickly as it normally would.
Oh, wow. So the other drug could build up in your system.
Exactly. It can dramatically increase the concentration of the other medication in your bloodstream, potentially way above the intended dose, leading to unexpected or even dangerous side effects.
That is huge. That's a critical safety interaction people need to know about.
Absolutely critical.
Yeah.
And it signals that the future of this industry has to integrate this kind of complex biological understanding for safe consumer use. It can't just be about THC percentages.
Phenomenal insight, really. Okay, so beyond that crucial safety piece, what about the tech innovations coming down the pike? We heard AI mentioned.
Right. And this is where we can loop back to that efficiency problem we talked about earlier, the 6% versus 12% bioavailability.
How does AI connect?
Well, the platform talks about integrating AI-powered deal recommendations, sure, and those programmatic connections for price updates. But the real potential innovation here isn't just matching you with the cheapest product. It's moving towards predictive modeling.
Predictive modeling for what? For effects.
Exactly. Think about it. If dosing is highly individual, and it depends on things like your metabolism, maybe even those P450 enzymes we just discussed, then a smart AI needs to go way beyond just recommending popular strains. The future could involve correlating the specific product, the delivery method, user-reported effects, your purchase history, and maybe, down the line, even integrating anonymized metabolic markers to actually predict which specific product formulation and delivery method is most likely to work best for you personally. That's the leap from just selling stuff to managing personalized consumer health.
From mass market to me market.
Yeah.
The goal being smarter, more effective consumption backed by data. And they also seem keen to highlight their broader content too. Policy stuff, finance. Mentioning posts like how stablecoin legalization could revolutionize cannabis payments. What does that signal?
Yeah, that shows they're thinking bigger picture. Not just about the products on the shelf today, but about the entire future infrastructure, regulatory, financial, that's needed for this industry to scale and mature. It suggests ambitions that go way beyond just being a simple online shop.
Okay, so let's wrap this up. What does this all mean for you, the listener, trying to make sense of it all?
Well, I think this deep dive really shows that being truly informed in today's cannabis market means digging deeper than just THC versus CBD. It means understanding the fundamental biological mechanics, like that surprisingly low absorption rate for edibles, or the critical importance of cytochrome P450 if you're taking other meds. And it also means recognizing how technology, like price comparison engines and AI, is rapidly stepping in to manage the sheer complexity and help you navigate it more efficiently.
Yeah, so the big takeaway is really about maturity, isn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
We're seeing a definite shift, moving from just selling basic products towards integrating necessary scientific knowledge, more sophisticated wellness tools, and advanced tech like AI and these programmatic pricing links. The ultimate goal, and certainly the growing consumer expectation, seems to be greater transparency and supporting smarter, healthier consumption that actually respects your individual biology.
Okay, so here's a final thought to leave you with, something to mull over. Given the biological complexity we uncovered, I mean, the highly personalized nature of how we metabolize these compounds, the dosing variations, those P450 interactions, how will this increasing use of sophisticated AI for product recommendations balance things? How does it balance the need for mass market data to train the AI with the absolute necessity for incredibly granular, personalized, almost medical level guidance while also protecting your privacy. That tension between big data and individual biology, that seems like a key challenge for this increasingly intelligent marketplace over the next few years. Something to think about.